Okay, so in this section, we're going to go over the sine function. So basically, for your sine function, your general formula is y equals a sine b theta, right? So in this case, a is your amplitude, b is your number of cycles. To get period, we're going to have to do 2 pi divided by b, and then we're going to also be sketching the graph. Okay, so we're gonna solve this problem. So for this one's easy. Our amplitude right here is 3. Our number of cycles, this is gonna be 2. This is your B. Our period, this is your formula. It's period equals 2 pi over B. So we got 2 pi over 2. So our period is just pi. And now we're gonna sketch the graph. So I'm gonna make some more room. Okay, so we're usually going to graph from 0 to 2 pi. From our example below, we know that our period is pi. So we're going to start with this one, right? So our period is pi. It's going to reset over here. And then we're going to have 2 cycles. Our amplitude is 3. So it's going to go from 3 to -3. So the sine function, if you follow your chart using the unit circle, we know that the sine's always going to start at 0. It's going to complete a full cycle by here. So that means it's going to go like this. So in the middle is where it's going to touch. So this is pi over 2. So these are the important parts. So this is going to go all the way up to 3. It's going to go down to pi over 2. It's going to go all the way to -3. And then it's going to start over. There's one cycle. So now we have to find out where's the top and the bottom. So the top here is going to be halfway between 0 and pi over 2. This is pi over 4. And halfway between pi over 2 and pi, this is, what is this? 3 pi over 4. Okay. So now we have to do it to 2 pi, so we have to do another cycle. So again, the middle is going to be right here. This is going to be 3 pi over 2. So we know it's going to go up to 3. It's going to hit the middle. It's going to go down to -3. And then it's going to return to, at 2 pi is 0. So again, we have to do these two. So halfway in between pi and 3 pi over 2. What is that? Pi and 3 pi over 2. This is 4 pi over 2. What is that? Let's see if I can do it here. 1/2 plus 3 halves. All right, so it's hard to get the halves, so I'm going to show you how to do it here. So I want to know what's between 1 pi and 3 over 2 pi here. So I'm going to use my calculator. 1 pi is just 1 plus 3 over 2. I'm going to use my function button, right? So it's this. We're going to divide it by 2 because we want the halfway point. And we're going to change that back into improper fraction. So we got 5 pi over 4 here. So this is 6 pi over 4, 7 pi over 4, and 8 pi over 4 is 2 pi.